successfully on this lane. This is number 1 seed, Carol Gianotti Block. She is 30 years old. This is her 11th year as a pro. She's on the staff of track and counter politics. And she
chose to start the match, so she'll finish last. She must prefer lane 8. Good view of Anne-Marie. It's a great starting position. Ooh. Coming up light. Ball just didn't continue to drive again. That's lane 8. That's the one where the ball was driving a little bit too hard. Coming up a little high several shots. Looks like she made a move there to come up lighter, and it did, but no carry.
In that 247 to 245 win over Kendra Cameron, she opened with 4 strikes. But that's not the story now against Carol Gianotti Block as she crosses over. Anne-Marie Duggan said, she has rededicated herself, and her motto is, there's more money out there, and I want it. I like that. 1994 from the number 2 spot. She won the Santa Maria Classic.
And when Anne-Marie gets to dedicating herself and working hard, there's really no stopping. Except the 10. That's a good point. She'll spare it up and continue on. A lot of frames left right now. Just, I don't know if it looks like she may have made a little move, trying not to come high. But again, Carol Gianotti Block was able to come on to this pair, 7 and 8. Carol threw 10 shots. It could change the lane condition just a bit. Anne-Marie had to practice on an alternate pair, so she wasn't able to continue the ball and see how the lanes were changing during that break.
And I guess that's the method of equalizing the fact that Carol Gianotti Block has to sit out and wait.
Right.
She qualified first. You see her average 232. This lady can bowl.
258 average on this pair.
258. And Anne-Marie Duggan was 257. We have ourselves a bowling match here. She leaves 4-7 standing.
This ball jumping the nose, 10 pin out at the last minute. She's out to about the 8th, 7th board there, jumping back hard. It didn't look like it was falling.
I didn't think 10 was going either. And she converts. We've got a 1-pin difference between our number 1 and number 2 players here at the Rocket City Challenge.
Picks up a little debris off the approach there. Carol leads by 1 pin right now.
She clears again. Strikes, fair strike for Gianotti Block.
Looked like it was going high also, but they seem to be carrying. That's what we've been seeing Anne-Marie do. They're playing a similar angle into the pocket.
Working on 2 spares.
It doesn't take much to go from calm to chaos. But when life happens...
Probably 12 match play for Anne-Marie. That's not the highest for the average. I think she would have won more matches.
And that's what they're competing for, the paycheck. It's the AMF Rocket City Challenge trophy, which is sitting adjacent to the pair that they're bowling on. Always in their peripheral vision. That's what I want. That's what I want. Give me the hardware.
Where is the check?
In someone's back pocket. 2 strikes for Anne-Marie Duggan. As she settles down after opening with a couple of spares.
Well, Carol Gianotti Block continuing her fine performance after last year. You see she defeated Anne-Marie twice in match play with those big scores.
How'd you like to score 257 and lose?
Well, I saw a lot of that this week.
If you bowl a 176 and lose, it doesn't bother you as much.
Well, that's true, although it bothered you that you shot the 176. Carol looking great here, sending the ball all the way right to about the first arrow and back. Both players have a real nice line to the pocket. They should carry well. It's going to be a question of who executes.
3 in a row, 4 out of 5 strikes for Carol Gianotti Block. She moves up by 11 pins as Anne-Marie Duggan steps up on lane number 8.
Anne-Marie, we mentioned Pat being out here with her. She's now back to traveling in a motorhome, which she used to do. Has her husband and her dog, Katie. And
that's a peekaboo, that dog. Oh. That one got like a rabbit tail.
Great camera angle there. 7-pin falling at the last minute.
A peekaboo's a Pekingese poodle combination.
And here you see it about the same point of the lane that her ball is breaking back as Carol. Coming up light with the 7-pin going out.
That's 3 in a row for Anne-Marie Duggan after she opened with the 2 spares.
And Anne-Marie's very happy with her new life out here and new equipment. She got new staff. A lot of things going for her. A little smile. She knows she didn't
that didn't look
catch
right.
That ball very good.
That didn't look right from the beginning.
No, she didn't. It almost looked like she squeezed at it. She didn't get that clean and quick off her hand.
And she converts that spare, working off the 3 strikes. We're going to wrap things up here at the AMF Rocket City Challenge. It's a very close match between Carol Gianotti Block and Anne-Marie Duggan. A 3-pin difference. Don't go away. Welcome back. You are looking at Carol Gianotti Block as she prepares to bowl on lane number 8. She is working on 3 strikes. She has 4 strikes and a spare so far after 5 frames here in the championship match against Anne-Marie Duggan. Looks good.
That takes her lead up to 13 pins. You saw just a minute ago she likes the number 1 position. 4 titles from that spot. The last one being Rossford, Ohio, won that event, and who did she beat? Anne-Marie Duggan.
Now, last week she was the number 1 bowler, but Tish Johnson came up and defeated her from the number 2 position. Tish Johnson didn't make the 24 cuts, so she has moved on to Jacksonville, Florida, which is where the PWBA will move.
This was a soft 10. Into the oil a little bit. Got it right, but the ball almost hooked out or rolled out. 6-pin just laid down in the channel.
So after 4 strikes, it's a spare for Carol Gianotti Block, but she still has the 12-pin advantage over Anne-Marie Duggan. Our high game, 278. Our low game, 164. Quite a range. But as we said, on this television pair lane, 7 and 8, our average was 257.
Seems to be the thing on lane 8 right now. Anne-Marie's been working on keeping a strong wrist. Watch her hand. She had gotten in the habit of kind of breaking it back. She's trying to keep it strong throughout. See the little bit of cup in the wrist? That's how she gets the good rotation on the ball, good firm release, and there's the result you get. Blow out the pins.
You know, she said she's trying so hard to keep that wrist cupped. She said sometimes when the lanes get a little dry, as they are wont to do, a lot of balls travel down, she tends to break her wrist to try to pitch the ball out there, and that's absolutely the thing she doesn't want to do, so she's really been concentrating on cupping the wrist.
Carol's a player who also does that. She breaks it back, then cups it toward the release.
With the 2-pin edge now. And the door's open.
9-pin, ball driving too hard, not taking out the 9. We've seen it before on the same lane.
Think she's got enough gold around her neck? I just noticed that jewelry.
I was wondering if she was going to buy something if she wins here.
Flattens
that ball out to shoot the spare, so she doesn't have to worry about it hooking.
So it's now down to 1 pin for Carol Gianotti Block over Anne-Marie Duggan as we move over to the 9th frame here in Huntsville, Alabama. Duggan not even watching, just focusing on what she needs to do. It came back and oh dear. Number 7 doesn't go down.
That was a nice shot.
It looked right.
Yeah.
What went
Ball
wrong?
drove in hard. Here it comes in light. Head pin off the wall. The 5-pin should go over normally on a light hit and take it out. Slid across in front of it.
So 7 goes down. It's a spare for Gianotti, and at the AMF Rocket City Challenge. 9th frame shot for Anne-Marie Duggan. Lane number 8.
This is huge. She can go up by 10 pins if she strikes here because she's working on a double.
Okay, so we're at the film festival, middle of Park City. The doors open, and bam, stop.
I don't know if you could see it. Just as they broke away, her face, her teeth grit so hard on that shot.
The entire crowd leaned to the left with that pin. We were all leaning and click. Watch all the body English here. Yes. See everybody leaned to the left there in the crowd?
Here's the 6 pin off the wall. See how it tapped it? Pin angling. Is it going to get to that 9.5 degree? And
so she needs to strike to shut it out and does not do it. Whew, a reprieve for Carol Gianotti block.
10 pin not wanting to go down.
So we've got a 196 in the 8th. Oh my goodness.
236 here, which would mean Carol Gianotti would have to step up and throw 3 strikes to win by 1 pin. If Anne-Marie spares and strikes.
Phase 1 complete. The spare. Okay, Anne-Marie, your mission, should you decide to accept, is to bowl a strike. Put the pressure on Gianotti block. Oh boy. That's why they call them pros. They can handle this pressure. Oh dear.
Okay, well, she still is going to, Carol is still going to need to double.
That's doubling the 8s.
So it's not over for Anne-Marie Duggan.
Carol Gianotti will have to go double 8 count in order to beat Anne-Marie Duggan.
All right, she's got a spare XX8. That doesn't look like it's going to do it.
Nuts.
So once again, Carol Gianotti block sees herself seated number 1 and coming up number 2.
And if you saw Anne-Marie Duggan's face on that, she could not believe it. I don't believe it. I don't know what happened with that shot.
It's the first light shot of the night.
Totally missing the head pin.
And an open frame. Carol Gianotti block finishes second.
This is her first shot. She needed to strike here. See how she got it in a little bit. Didn't get it right to the dry color lane early enough. Okay. Look at this. She was so focused on getting the ball right, but she didn't get it right early enough. Watch her face.
Oh, and she knew. She knew. She can't believe it. She cannot believe it. Second place for Carol Gianotti block. First place for this young